I've been trying to think of a good setup for this video and it's just not happening. So I'm trying to revamp how I work my camera or put my camera up, and I'm trying a side to side view instead of up and down, so we'll see if that makes a difference. But I'm going to do another wire tree of life sort of thing on my own this time instead of from a kit. So I picked up this gold wire. It is 10 inches. I got it at Michael's in the wreath section, and so I got one that's gold and I got one that's silver. But I'm going to work with the gold one today. Now I have taken and cut out, let me see if I can bring it around without, 72 wires. I've done a whole bunch in gold. Let me see if I can bring these up closer and see if you can see the difference. Gold, rose gold, and silver. And so I think the majority of it is gold, but I kind of wanted to play with the 3 different colors, partly because I needed the 3 different, like I didn't have enough wire to accomplish all of them without doing 3 different colors of wires. Whoops. But what I want to do is make 72 of these. Now this is 2 different beads. Now the beads that are on the ends of each of these three leaf branches is a different color. Some are gold, some are kind of a bronzy color, and some will be silver. But each of these 2 here will be gold. So I want the majority of this to be gold. And so I made one. I just have to make 71 more. And I'm going to do that with my beads here. So if you don't want to watch me do 71 of these, just kidding, I really am not going to make you watch, but I will go through 1 or 2 of these together with you so that I can show you how I put them together. So I take 1 wire and on one of the ends I am going to thread a gold bead, one of my multicolored beads, which in this case will be gold, and then go back to my faceted gold. And we're going to pull this, we're going to match up the ends, match up the ends of our wire. I'm going to have to get used to this new setup. And we're going to bring it all the way down until we bend it at the end here. We're going to pull that tight, and we're just going to twist it probably 8 or 9 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's more like a half turn. It's not like a full 360-degree turn, more like a 180. But I like to do it about 9 times. Then we're going to take one side, and we're going to repeat that pattern with the beads. This one's more the bronze colored one. We're going to pull that down. Now we want to leave enough room here for some wire twisting to happen. So that's not quite an inch. Let's see. So about 3/4 of an inch, or about 1.5 centimeters is what I'm going for. So again, we're going to bend that, and then we're just going to twist those around until 2 things happen. 1, it tightens up here at the top, and 2, it meets up here at the bottom. So, and that might take another 9 or so twists. Then we're going to go on the other side and do the same thing. Now, some people, they can hold their beads in their other hand and like put all of the beads on at the same time. I am not one of those people. So we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Whoops. Okay, so again, about 3/4 of an inch or 1.5 centimeters. And then we're going to bend those and just start twisting. One more, I think. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to twist another 7 to 8 times. 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do 8. Maybe one more, 9. We'll do 9. And then just repeat. Gold faceted bead. Now I bought, these are just round beads. Whoops. Let me show you. That I just got at Michael's years ago. Here's a silver one. I haven't done a silver one yet. So I've had these forever. I don't know if you can still get them. But these other faceted gold beads, let me show you those. Those, whoops, there they are. Those I got at Hobby Lobby, and I think they're supposed to be spacer beads. But I really like them. I really like the look of them on here. Okay. Now, beginner or expert, it doesn't really matter. When it comes to twisting, your wires are going to go wherever they want to go, and they're going to go however they want to go. So like some of my twists are beautiful, some of them are a little skittywampus. The important thing is just to have fun. Nobody's going to really honestly sit there, pull it up to their face and say, oh, I don't think you twisted that wire very well. And if they do, then they've got bigger problems than I want to even think about. So, all right. So now, last one. Just kind of scoot those up and then start twisting. And it doesn't really matter which way you twist, just as long as you keep twisting that same way. And get it so that it meets up, and there we go. Now we'll leave it there. Actually, did I didn't. So I didn't, on this last one, I didn't twist. I'm going to twist just 1, 2, 3 times. I just want to twist 3 times, pull the wire taut so that it just pulls it together. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. There's another one ready to go. Okay, just 70 more times. You are more than welcome to speed through this part. I won't go through all 70. As a matter of fact, I'll probably just skip ahead. So let me pause this and I will see you on the other side. Okay, now that I've got all 72 done in there and all, oh, that wire together just looks absolutely beautiful. We are going to start the long process of putting all of these together. So really, the first part's probably the easiest, simply because we're going to take 2 of these. We're going to put them together, and we're just going to twist like 2 or 3 times. Hang on. Okay, that was more than that. anyways, if you do it better than I do, my hands just don't want to work as well. But anyways, okay, let's try that again. I'm going to take 2 of these, put them together, and because my hands are weak, we're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3. All right, and we'll keep doing that through all of them. Okay, now we're going to add these 3 at a time. So we're going to take 2 bunches and we're going to add just like 1, 2 twists, and then we're going to add a 3rd one to the side. So they'll kind of branch out like this. There we go. Isn't that pretty? You get a little tangled up, but oh man, that is a gorgeous bunch. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing. We're going to take 2 bunches. We're just going to twist those together. Whoops. Take a 3rd bunch, kind of blend it to the side of that. And then just give it 1 or 2 twists. You don't want to go too far down, just because you won't have room in your wire hoop for everything. So, but then you can spread those out. Just gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to finish doing our 3x3s. Okay, so we've gone from 72 singles to 36 doubled, and then that should take us down to 12 triples. And we're going to take those triples and we're going to do the same thing that we did before, where we do 2 of them together. It's going to get tougher on the hands, so just be prepared. And then we're going to add that single, or that other triple. Look at that branch. Isn't that gorgeous? So we've got 1, two together at the third. You just want to make sure it's twisted enough that you'll get them to stick. So that gives us 2 branches. Oh, it's getting rough. Okay, that gives us 3. And this will give us 4. So, ooh. All right. Now we're going to take our last 4 and we're going to do 2 and 2 together. There's one bunch. Get that out of the way. Don't want to get that in there. And then there's 2. And then with what remaining strength you have left in your hands, you're going to combine these 2 together. I don't know if this will be big enough to hold it into place. Nope, I don't think so. All right, so we'll just do the best that we can with what we've been given. All right. Now. It's not easy. Okay, I'm just going to check on my hoop. I'm going to spread these apart. Just check and see. Okay, I have done this way too small. Okay, we're going to try to undo this. And I am going to make the trunks a little bigger. So because I didn't use as many beads as I should have, now I know why Lucky Roots Canada uses 6 in each one. And that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to kind of take and place this around the loop. See, okay, that's going to be better. It's not going to be as full and generous as the last one I made, but we'll make it work. Let's see. Okay, so that'll attach up to the tree. But I want to make sure that I leave enough room at the bottom for the roots. I'm just separating these a little bit more in the hopes that it'll appear a bit more full. So when Lucky Roots Canada did this, she did 6 beads on each branch, whereas I just did 3 because I only had a limited number of beads. So make sure you got plenty of beads on hand and it'll make it just that much better. But I was just trying to use up some of the beads that I got in my stash. There we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is attach see, I want the crease down at the bottom, is we're going to attach the branches up to the tree. And we're going to do that with some 18 gauge wire. No, not 18. That's 16. Where is my... Maybe I only have 18 gauge. Okay, so I guess we will do it with 18 gauge wire. And we're just going to cut off about 2 inches worth. We're going to find kind of a back branch that's long and just put one piece of the gold wire up top over the hoop. Here, let's kind of bend it. Okay, one part's going to go up over the top. I hope we can see this. One part's going to go down underneath it. And then we're going to take and twist that into place. If I had a smaller gauge wire, oh, you know what I do? Because I think this is a little too thick. Oops. Just cut that off. Okay. So I think this will be easier. Definitely easier on the hands. Okay, let's try this again. I just got to remember which one I was using. Okay, we'll use this one right here. Where will we? There we go. Okay, we want a back branch right there. Use that guy. You know what? We're going to turn this over. Okay, twist that several times. Now, let's get another piece. Again, we're going to go over the wire, and we're going to put one part under the hoop and one part over the hoop. Capture that. And then just twist those together. And once our tree is done, we'll come back to these and we will trim them off and tuck them in. But as of right now, that makes it so that the tree doesn't slide all over the place. We need one more, maybe two. Okay, do one right here. That actually might hold it into place. Okay, we'll call that good. All right, now it's time for the branches. Branches are going to be probably the trickiest part. Not really the trickiest part. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, but definitely not easy on the hands. So we're going to split this into 5 different groups. So we kind of need it to come together. Maybe if I can get it to... I don't know. It may be stuck the way it is. Okay, we'll call that 1. I actually need more in that one, so we'll do 2. And then we'll try to combine a little bit of these 2 together. Or 3. And then 4 and 5. Okay, and then with each of these, we're going to split those into 2 and give it maybe 2 twists. Knowing me, it might be more because I really like to twist. I feel like the beginning twist is more like just a get it ready into place kind of thing. So we'll do 1 twist and 2 twists. Okay, that's not a very good twist. That more like a wrap around, but we'll take what we can get. All right, same thing with the others. One. And kind of 2. These are going to go the opposite direction. 1 and 2. You should see how messy my desk is. You know how I worked so hard to clean it up. It's an absolute mess now. But do I really care? No, I gotta be honest. Okay. And then 1 more. Ready, and then do 1 full twist and 2 full twists, maybe a 3rd. Okay, now as if that wasn't enough fun. Oh, sorry, gotta stop and scratch. All right. We are going to take and split these into 2. And do another 2 twists. Oh, am I even in? Yes, I am in camera. Okay. we go. Okay, so those are done. Well, they're done for now. Okay. Oh, you guys, my hands. They are not the happiest campers right now. All right. Once we got it to this point, we're going to take and just twist this down if we can. My hands may not be able to do that today. I think we'll come back to this. I will come back to this when my hands have had a chance to rest. Okay, I took this out in the living room and played with it for a while. The twists are not perfect, but they'll do. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take each of these stems and we're going to wrap it once around the wire. We want to make sure we leave room because we're going to be taking these and twisting them into little knots. So we just take it and wrap it around and bring it through. And it kind of locks it into place. You might have to undo it a little bit too, in case you need to make more room somewhere else, but it does kind of slide underneath there. So we'll just take and keep going. Okay, and now that that's done, we're just going to take and kind of, I sure hope my wires will be long enough, but we're just going to kind of take and twist it into, oh, there's a hair on there, bit of a loop. And we'll trim off any excess ends. So all of these that are kind of sticking out, I will get rid of. And we'll just push it down into place. And it creates a little knot right there that hopefully will keep your ends from sticking out. Anyways, do that all the way across. Oh, whoops, I forgot one. Put it over here. Just a little bit more. Okay. I don't know why I just stopped talking at this point. So I am just trying to get the last of these knots done. Oh, you guys, my hands were just fit to be tied by this time. I could hardly hold a drink of water after this. Or in reality, it's a drink of Diet Coke. Who are we kidding? My kids know better. So just getting the last of this knot tied. and then trimming off the excess and doing my best to tuck it in behind the knot. Now we're gonna obviously play with it a minute, and I did play with it a little bit more afterwards just to try to get some to make it look a little bit fuller. But oh, you guys, this, it doesn't even begin to show how gorgeous this turned out. In the sunlight, it sparkles like crazy. It is just so beautiful. I am so glad that I decided to do this, and I can't thank Lucky Roots Canada enough for giving me this idea in the first place. She does kits on her own, so if you'd like to try picking up one of her kits, they're fairly cheap, and she does all the work of putting everything together for you, and then you just have to, well, getting the quote-unquote ingredients put together for you, and then you just have to make it, and it's so nice. So I will put her information in the description below, but I'm just trimming off the end pieces that we had used to put it together before, and now I am tucking those little ends in, and we're done. So I'm just going to pull down my camera so that I can show you a little closer up, but again, it just doesn't do it justice. I'm so pleased with it. I even took it to my mom to show her, and she wants me to make a bunch for her friends, but we'll see if my hands can handle that. Maybe on a smaller basis. I am actually going to try doing this on more of a 6-inch hoop, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, everyone, have a great day. Make it a great week, and we will see you next week. Bye.